It's been a dream to join the MCU. The movie is called The Fantastic Four. I'll confess, I did all my stretching for...
He won't leave me alone.
Oh my god, babe. Did you hear the news?
My whole family just got in a house fire.
No, I just got cast in a Pedro Pascal movie. I know, right? Fuck, isn't that awesome?
Oh my god. Oh no.
Don't worry, babe. I'm not gonna leave you now that I'm an A-list celebrity actor.
Just watch
Fear
Joaquin.
is the way that they win, for one. And so keep telling the stories and keep expressing yourself and keep fighting to be who you are. and I don't
Emanating
know,
disgust.
the people that try to make you scared.
Why is he dressed like a Power Ranger?
What's wrong, babe? You don't seem. I thought you'd be more happy for me. I am happy for you, babe. It's good news for your career. Congratulations. Thank you. Oh, they just announced who's producing it too. Harvey.
Now, this isn't one of the greatest Marvel movies to me.
There's a lot of Marvel movies. If you're in the top 5, you're doing...
Let's see your nails.
Oh, yes, of course.
They're very nice. Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look, this is not a life-changing. The MCU has been saved. This movie paid off my car. This movie cured my depression. It's not that. It's really not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm a heartthrob.
I don't know why this guy makes me so uncomfortable.
Whether they like it or not, they're never getting rid of it.
Who was most likely to break character during filming?
Pedro.
What, would he just try and make you laugh or?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
One trembling pause shattered Marvel's glossy facade. During a podcast press stop for the new Fantastic Four reboot, Joseph Quinn, fresh off playing Johnny Storm, smirked, glanced at the host, and dropped 7 ice-cold words. Sometimes the legends aren't what they seem. TikTok detonated. Suddenly, the internet's favorite space dad, Pedro Pascal, wasn't trending for memes. He was trending for manipulation. Leaked set diaries describe Reed Richards' actor rewriting lines, directing camera moves, even hovering outside Vanessa Kirby's trailer.
And fight back.
Look at Joaquin.
And this is a perfect way
I
to
love
do
this.
so.
We are all Joaquin Phoenix right now.
It's not having it.
And don't let them win. Don't let them win.
And Joaquin is just like, will you shut the up?
Marvel's $200 million gamble now looks like a powder keg. And every fan wants to know, did Joseph just torch Hollywood's most lovable hero? Or is fandom overreacting to cryptic shade? Marvel's February cast reveal felt like Comic-Con Christmas. Pedro Pascal as Brainy Reed Richards, Joseph Quinn as the incendiary Human Torch, Vanessa Kirby as a razor-sharp Sue Storm, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach hulking in as Ben Grimm. Fans christened it the most stacked lineup since Endgame, and studio insiders blasted triumphant tweets about Phase 6 revenue projections. But almost as soon as the confetti settled, tiny red flags sprouted on set.
A lot in this movie that left me with some questions, but they weren't even questions like, why the f would they do that? It was more like, why the f would they do that? Like, please explain it.
Crew members whispered that Pedro's method prep looked less like dedication and more like takeover, scribbling fresh dialogue, repositioning marks, even critiquing lighting plans. At first it felt quirky, then stifling, and finally downright ominous daily for everyone sharing the soundstage space. Pedro's research phase morphed into full-blown domination by week 2.
At times, I felt like I was in a Reed Richards science class, which is not what I really wanted to be in.
He'd stride onto Soundstage C, clutching a dog-eared script, slashing lines that didn't feature Reed Richards, then wave the cast into new blocking like a substitute director. When lighting techs adjusted a key splash of blue gel, Pedro barked that the hue flattened his jawline. They swapped filters 3 times before cameras rolled. During a 2 a.m. reshoot, he stopped mid-take, turned to director Matt Shakman, and announced, "If you want this film remembered, trust my instincts." The room froze. Joseph felt the air congeal. This wasn't collaboration, it was creative suffocation. And the Human Torch was just starting to get hot. Joseph Quinn finally struck a match in the writer's room. During a script table read, he calmly pointed out that Johnny Storm's dialogue had been slashed by nearly half. Pedro countered with a grin, suggesting Reed deserved narrative gravity. Instead of debating, Joseph opened his laptop and displayed 2 PDF drafts, one balanced, one gutted, then slid them toward Marvel brass. The silence was volcanic. That afternoon, he emailed producers a memo titled Ensemble Integrity, citing contract clauses and threatening to step aside if the imbalance stayed. A hastily convened Marvel Zoom turned fiery when Joseph asked, "Is this Fantastic Four or Pedro Pascal presents?" The question lingered, but relief never came, especially for Vanessa Kirby, who was about to feel the heat next. Vanessa Kirby knew Reed Richards was supposed to be Sue Storm's intellectual equal, not her shadow. But Pedro kept treating their off-camera time like mandatory tutoring. Cast call sheets showed scene rehearsals that only Pedro and Vanessa apparently knew about. Always in her trailer, always after wrap. Crew noticed Vanessa's polite smile tighten each night. By Comic-Con, she stood a full chair away, arms folded, as Pedro rambled through answers meant for the whole cast.
Who is most likely to turn up late to set?
Vanessa Kirby.
You're saying Pedro?
Yeah, Vanessa.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Both right.
Okay. You want to tell us any more about that?
One boom mic operator swore Pedro lingered outside Vanessa's door, script tucked under his arm, whisper rehearsing lines that hadn't even been approved. Vanessa said nothing publicly, but her sudden habit of exiting set the moment cut was called spoke volumes, and Marvel's response was 2 syllables: stay quiet. Marvel's internal alarms blared, but outwardly the studio slipped into hush mode. 3 separate departments, hair and makeup, lighting, and AD, filed written complaints about Pedro's tantrums. Executives quietly stamped them handled and slid them into a locked HR folder. Why smother the sparks? Leverage. Pedro's status as the Phase 6 poster boy meant bad press could snowball into box office disaster. So Marvel sweetened the deal. Extra screen time, veto power over Reed's dialogue, and creative consultation credits that effectively let him police edits. Crew were told to ride it out, protect the marquee name no matter who suffocates. But that gag order cracked the moment Joseph Quinn chose a subtler weapon. One strategically loaded podcast pause. Joseph's surgical strike landed during a throwaway podcast promo. Asked to share one surprising lesson from Marvel, he paused. 7 seconds, dead air sizzling through headphones worldwide. Then replied, soft but lethal.
Who is most likely to turn up late to set?
Vanessa Kirby.
You're saying Pedro?
Yeah, Vanessa.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah. Both right.
Okay. You want to tell us any more about that?
Sometimes the hardest fight is guarding your peace when legends forget theirs. No names, no accusations, yet every Marvel subreddit lit up like Stark Tech on overdrive. TikTok spliced the clip with slow-mo promo footage. Pedro talking over Vanessa, Joseph's jaw tightening, Kirby inching her chair away. Within hours, #Pascal problem and #Joseph was right vaulted past 1 million views. Meme factories flooded X, sponsors went reviewing partnerships, and the Fantastic Four's press tour became an open-air forensics lab.
He won't leave me alone.
Next stop, leaking receipts. Screenshots hit Reddit like shrapnel. Color-timed raw footage showing Johnny Storm's heroic save sliced in half after Pedro allegedly demanded the scene highlight Reed's intellect instead. A VFX artist dumped time-stamped emails, one reading, per PP, reduce Quinn close-ups by 30%. Fashion house Celine froze a 7-figure campaign. A streaming thriller quietly appended casting under review to its production notes. Hollywood group chats buzzed that 2 prestige miniseries were quietly courting Joseph to replace a delayed A-lister. Industry sites coined a new term, Pascal clause.
I am your cool daddy.
Constant touching.
Very codependent, very codependent.
I'm going to have a panic attack and I'm going to leave.
Pedro Pascal is going from TV to movies with the biggest budget movie of his career so far with Fantastic Four, but doing it, everyone seems to have one question on their mind, and that's that if he slept with Vanessa Kirby or not.
For deals suddenly requiring conduct opt-outs. As doors creaked shut on Pedro, Joseph's calendar filled faster than a Hall H panel, but the biggest blast was still primed because Marvel's silence was about to cost them millions. Analysts are already red-circling Marvel's next earnings call. Early test screening surveys show negative sentiment tied to lead actor, and pre-sale trackers whisper about a 25% dip from internal targets. Disney brass summoned crisis PR strategists, while Pascal's agency drafts a wellness sabbatical plan, code for disappearing until the outrage cools. Meanwhile, #recast Reed surges past 2 million posts, and Change.org petitions clog Kevin Feige's inbox. Insider chatter says Marvel floated reshoots with a backup Richards, but accountants call it a 9-figure sinkhole. Merch partners stall toy lines. Theater chains quietly downgrade opening night screenings. The studio that once felt invincible now faces an impossible equation. Protect its billion-dollar phase or amputate the arm that's poisoning the body. A single 7-second pause cracked the armor of Hollywood's most beloved hero and sent shockwaves pulsing through the MCU's billion-dollar blueprint. One cryptic sentence from Joseph Quinn became the catalyst for leaked emails, shelved ad campaigns, and a growing demand to recast Marvel's new Mr. Fantastic. Pedro Pascal's charm once felt bulletproof. Now it hangs by a social media thread, frayed with every fresh receipt. Marvel can either double down on its embattled star or sacrifice him to salvage Phase 6. There's no painless fix left. So what happens when fandom realizes its space dad might be the real supervillain? Drop your verdict below, because the next twist could rewrite more than a movie. It might rewrite who we choose to call our heroes.